In the matter of People versus Williams on 241961.
Good morning, Your Honor. Damian Fisher on behalf of the people.
And good morning, Aubrey Smith on behalf of Ms. Williams, who's approaching the podium.
All right, and what are we doing today?
Your Honor, the people, there's been post-charging discovery whereby the defendant has been engaged actively with CPS. We have CPS worker here, Sierra Spalding, and here to confirm that, although I don't have the signed safety plan. I've been assured that there is one and that they're working together with it. So with that understanding, the people will dismiss this case. Heading towards that.
So we're canceling the jury trial then tonight?
Yes, sir.
All right, I'll sign another cross when I get it.
Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, good luck, man. In the matter of City of Saginaw versus Hornstra, 164849, is there a Hornstra?
Good morning, Your Honor. Good morning, Mr. Robinson. Damian Fisher on behalf of the people, behalf of the city.
Good morning, Your Honor. Robert Robinson, appearing on behalf of Mr. Hornstra.
And Your Honor, this is a date time set today. I believe at our last setting, Mr. Robinson's reminded me that we offered Ms. Hornstra an opportunity to engage in a signed payment plan. We have information from the city confirming that she has a signed payment plan as of April 10th of this year and has made 5 payments toward that underlying 2012 tax obligation. The people are inclined at this time to dismiss this case and let the city deal with Ms. Hornstra directly through that signed payment agreement.
Is there, where is,
Mr. Hornstra, Judge, I tried contacting Mr. Hornstra yesterday a couple of times, but he was here for the last setting. I have no clue why he's not here today. Don't know if it just slipped his mind or what's going on. But he was pretty active in his case prior. And he did do exactly what he said he was going to do, set up a payment plan and start payments.
all right. I'll sign the Nolly Cross when I get it. I mean, he doesn't show up. He lost his bond anyways a while back, so had he been here, he would have had to pay. He would have been able to pay it without even going into a payment plan. We'll call that then good.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, thank you. Good to see you, Mr. Robinson.
Thank you, Your Honor.
In the matter of People versus Flores on 242069.
Good morning, Your Honor. Damian Fisher on behalf of the people.
Deborah Cowden on behalf of the defendant. My client is going to plead to a DUI first offense. We are going to try to coordinate his sentencing with his sobriety court that he's already in attendance in Bay County. This offense happened in February, and he has been in sobriety court in Bay County since the end of April. It's an 8-month program. He's a couple months in. He's already talked to his person at sobriety court over there. And once he takes the plea, we're going to try to coordinate it that maybe part of his sentence here would be continued with the sobriety court in Bay County.
That's the people's understanding, and what I know that our office has done in a few cases in the past is basically transfer probation to that county sobriety court. I don't know if we've done, I don't think I've done it in here, but I believe that's the loose understanding that we have since he's already engaged in same similar offense and remedial provisions up in Bay County. We can answer any questions you have. So.
What's the case that he's on probation for? Operating while intoxicated first, second?
It's for first offense. Yep.
Is that Judge Janner that,
That's who I originally was, and I believe the lady that I have over sobriety court is, I can't pronounce the name, starts with a K.
Clyda? Judge
Clyda.
Clyda. Okay.
I see her next Wednesday, and then I see my PO tomorrow morning. They know I've been going back and forth with Saginaw County case. They have it all on file. They just been having me keeping them updated what we are doing.
So are you looking to have this case transferred here, or am I just gonna sentence him to fines and costs and then continue with the treatment? and then allow Bay City to, is that what you're looking for, or what do you, I guess I'm
I
trying to-
believe we have another one that we're doing with
Oh, yeah.
Genesee County, and I believe that's what we are doing in Genesee.
What we did, Judge Hoffman, if I may drop names, what did we do there? He actually sentenced him, his probation was transferred to Genesee County, basically.
Yeah, I
know
think
we've
they're
done that.
transferring the
To
probation,
serve
I think.
terms of probation.
Was it an OWI third?
Yes, that
That one
was.
was, yeah.
That was to
So-
get him in down and they needed to be home.
Yeah. So that would be why his his probation be transferred. Here, we wouldn't, I mean, I guess we could transfer the case, there is authority under the statute to consolidate.
Or maybe we could do something like to put him on probation here for a certain period of time and then just say that, you know, probation, he has to stay
Fines and
current with
costs
his
and
sobriety course or
successful
something.
completion of the Bay County.
Well, I think what I just assumed do is, I assume if he doesn't complete the program, whatever sanctions Judge Kalida would impose would be sufficient for this court. I mean, she knows Mr. Flores more based on the fact that the treatment court that he's in and the background that they give. Why don't we do this? Let's just take the plea. I'm gonna refer it over to probation. And then if Judge Kalida wants this case, I don't have a problem in sending up. But I do know that we then get into an issue with regard to funding units. We get somewhat temperamental on our cases when we send them, but let me just send it over first to probation. Let me get the background. That'll give you time to talk with his attorney, with Judge Kalida, and then to figure to fashion something that's sentencing. Mr. Flores, so it's my understanding, bless you, you wish to plead to operating while intoxicated first offense, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Now, have any threats or promises been made to you in your plea of guilty?
No.
Entering your plea of guilty based on your own choice,
Yes,
and you are given a device of rights, understand that you waive them all, including the right to trial, so there will be no trial in this matter. There will be no right to call witnesses, for you to confront those witnesses, to ask those witnesses question, or to order any witnesses for your defense, you understand that?
yes, I do.
Your presumption of innocence is also, you will not have that. And in addition, your right to remain silent, you will use that as well, you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. So then, going back to February 8th of this year, were you over on Portsmouth Road in Buena Vista Township, County of Saginaw, State of Michigan, operating a motor vehicle on a public road?
Yes,
Had you been drinking prior to the time of your driving?
yes,
All right. And while you're on the public road, or after you're driving on a public road, and after you were stopped, were you given a breathalyzer or blood draw? If you
both.
recall, both? Okay,
Yeah.
do you recall the results of those?
I don't remember
It's
the
all right,
numbers
you have
that
it
you
here.
told me.
Your Honor, the Michigan State Lab Police report came back indicating that his blood alcohol level was 0.188.
180, okay. And stipulate to that, Ms. Cowden?
Yes, Judge.
All right. All right. Is there anything further in taking the plea from the council?
Nothing from the people, Your Honor.
No, Judge.
All right, I'll accept the plea of guilty, refer the matter to probation. Let me just note, defendant in sobriety court in the city by the bay. Okay, anything else?
No, thank you.
Bond shall be continued. All right, Mr. Flores, we're gonna get you over to the probation department. We'll fill out some paperwork today. You'll have a meeting with the probation agent. And then in the meantime, we'll work out internally once they happen. So,
Okay.
all right, take care.
I'll take him over, thank you.
Thank you.
Your Honor, I apologize for not bringing our attentions to you before we were on record.
That's all right. Appreciate that. You ready on Mr. Ferry's?
In just one moment, Your Honor.
Mr. Smith, who do you have?
Willie Boyd.
No, that's. Okay, this Turner and this Turner are the same guy. This one's at
3 and
this
this
one's at 11,
Oh,
but Coltrane might be on vacation. So I'm trying to find out through Smith if somebody's covering, and if so, let's try and see if we can't cover both of them. So we'll get that worked out.
all right.
And
Who's there, 11?
Barry's is there.
Aaron is back today. I just texted him to try to coordinate.
I'll give him a call.
Are we ready on ferries?
Yeah, Your Honor, we are.
In the matter of People versus Ferries on file numbers 2334447, 2328834, 2336697, 2344627, and 2347778. Appearances for the record begin with the government.
Good morning, Your Honor. On behalf of the people, Damian Fisher.
Good morning, Your Honor. I'm relying on Mr. Trayvon Ferries on all the files. Your Honor, we do have a plea deal worked out. He would be pleading no contest to file 234627 SM with a recommendation of time served. With all other files being dismissed, I do have a report for you, Your Honor.
The other files you said are going to be dismissed?
Yes, Your
So
Honor.
that would be 2334447, 2328834, 2336697, and 2347788. They were various ordinance violations, I believe,
Correct, Your Honor.
trespass and so forth.
That's correct, Your Honor.
All right. So I will sign the nollie cross when I get those. Now, with regard to 234627, Mr. Ferries is charged with the intent to threat to commit violence against the school, employee, or students. That's correct, right?
That is correct,
Which
Your
is
Honor.
a one-year misdemeanor, correct?
Correct, Your Honor. He's been in custody for, I believe, a little over 6 months at this point.
Does he have any pending matters, or is he on probation or parole?
Not on probation or parole, Your Honor. He does have a pending matter upstairs with Judge Borello. He does have a bond upstairs. He just hasn't been able to make that bond. I do have a bond hearing set in a couple of weeks, but that was as early as they could get him in. I expect that he will also plea and receive time served upstairs. But because that is a assault of crime with a complaining witness.
What is the nature of the charge that Judge Borello has?
It is a felonious assault, Your Honor, but there was no injuries. Same type of situation as in this file, Your Honor, mostly words, but allegedly it is.
Mr. Ferries, what has been expressed to me today in that you're pleading no contest to the charge of school's intentional threat to commit act of violence against a school, school employees, or students. Is that your understanding as well?
No.
So that's what he's asking, do you understand what I'm doing?
Man,
What's that, Mr. Ferries?
I say yes.
All right. So let me just ask you this question then. By pleading no contest, what you are doing is, in the sense of, for the purposes of this file, the court is going to take the report as the factual basis for what occurred. Now, you understand that by entering your plea of no contest, you won't have a trial of any kind? All right, it's your own choice to do this, is that correct? No one's forcing you to do it, no one's threatening you to do that, is that correct? All right, so under those advisive rights that you have signed either on these other files or with this file, it outlines that you have the right to a trial, you have the right to be presumed innocent until proven guilty, you have the right to have witnesses appear at your defense and to question those witnesses that appear against you. You understand that by entering your plea, you're going to waive those rights, including all the other rights on that form. All right. And you understand that I am not bound to follow the recommendation of credit for time served. You understand that? All right. The court is in receipt of a police report, case number 23717058001, date and time 9/29/23 at 12 noon. All right, court finds sufficient factual basis to support the plea of no contest. Refer the matter of probation for pre-sentence report. Esteban.
Your Honor, Mr. Ferries has been in custody for 6 months. As we said earlier, he does have a bond upstairs holding him as well. And I do have a hearing for him in a couple of weeks. I would just ask that he be on a PR bond on this file. So nothing is able to hold him up if I am able to get that file worked out upstairs.
I've had Mr. Ferries on these cases and other cases, have I not?
Correct, Your Honor.
And
I
we've
am
had
still in the middle.
Issues with Mr. Ferries complying with bond conditions, have we not?
That is correct, Your Honor. I have continuously been working with CMH, our social worker, AFC Homes, to try to find him a adequate place to go when he is released. We are working on other remedies that don't allow him to come back here, don't have him come back here, just because the cases are handled.
So what is the plan then if he's released?
Your Honor, we need to get him on SSI first because that's the biggest problem. He can't get on SSI unless he's released here, but he can't go into an AFC home unless he's on SSI. And an AFC home won't accept him until he pays. And so because of this loop that there's no end, he has to be released from jail to begin to start the process of having an AFC home.
Well, that process though is going to be resolved in the short term. We attempted to put him in an AFC home, do we not?
We did, Your Honor, and at that time, we weren't able to find any qualified AFC homes that would take him in the county.
He was though placed somewhere.
No,
if I
Your Honor,
recall.
I don't believe he was.
He violated the terms of his probation though when he was released.
That is correct, Your Honor, but it wasn't at an AFC home.
Since you have a couple weeks with Judge Burrell, I'll take the matter under advisement.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I don't want to release him unless there's a plan in place, so if Ms. Romo has that plan, then I'll entertain it, but until then, I'm gonna hold it.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor. People versus Boyd, 7330328, A, B, C, 4337988, A, B. Appearances for the record.
Damian Fisher on behalf of the people, Your Honor.
Good morning, Aubrey Smith on behalf of Mr. Boyd, who stands for after the podium.
All right, and what are we doing on these?
Your Honor, my understanding is that there's been an offer for the ticket ending in 988 to amend the A ticket to impeding traffic for $400 with a $400 fine. And then also, I'm sorry. Thank you.
I got it right here. Yes, on ticket ending 988, people are offering to amend the A ticket to impeding traffic with a $1 fine. The B ticket, the will be committed to allowing with a $200 fine. On a ticket ending 328, the offer is to plead guilty to amended allowing on the A ticket. Plead responsible is charged to the B ticket, and the people will nolly the C ticket. The result will be 0 points assessed as record, so 8 points in his driving record.
I did go over that offer with Mr. Boyd this morning. My understanding is that he'd like to avail himself of that.
Mr. Boyd, any threats or promises been made to you in your pleas of guilty?
No, sir.
Entering your pleas of guilty based on your own choice?
Yes.
And you were given an advice of rights, understand you've waived them all, including a right to a trial.
Yes.
On or about 2/23 of 24 over on Russ in the city of Saginaw County, Saginaw State of Michigan, allow an unlicensed person to drive a motor vehicle? Is that right?
Yes.
And then on 11/28 of 23, were you over on Larch and Gratiot in the city of Saginaw County, Saginaw State of Michigan, allow an unlicensed person to drive a motor vehicle?
Yes.
All right. So I have pleas are responsible on the civil infractions at Valley Cross on the third civil infraction. And then, did you say there was a recommended fee on the, or a recommended fine on the misdemeanor allowing on the B ticket of 988?
Yes, it's $200 fine.
All right, so I'm gonna do this. These are all city of Saginaw tickets, correct?
Well, the,
Oh, one's under state law. No, they're all under state law.
okay, yes,
Yeah.
I'm thinking of the other case.
No, one was written under Saginaw County, one was written under MP. Anything you want to say on behalf of your client?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Boyd has been trying to seek employment. My understanding is that he just submitted an application for a GFL. So we will be asking for time to pay. I would just also like to state I am covering this for Ms. Turner. My understanding is that he's had a really good relationship with her. They've been communicating, as well as he's been respectful, communicating with me as much as possible. So we would just ask.
Hold on, you're like Mr. Kozlowski. I didn't hear all you're going at a speed real faster than my ears can hear. What was it
I've
again?
been known to do that. I apologize, Your
No,
Honor.
that's fine. Ms. Kozlowski was in the same place, but she then got easy in the bit on this.
I would just ask for time to pay, Your Honor. He is seeking employment currently, but he does not currently have a job.
Oh, okay. And you were covering for who you said?
Ms. Turner, Terry
Oh,
Turner.
okay. All right, and he does have bonds. Let me do this. I'm trying to fashion somewhere he's not paying state fees twice or 3 times. As to, so I did the 400 on the civil infraction. What I'm going to do is 10 suspend on the misdemeanor. I'm just gonna add the I'll add the, rather than the 200, I'm just gonna add 125 to, so it'll be 525 for the whole thing on the 988 ticket. And then on the other matter, I will 10 suspend the no proof and then do 75, 75, 50. So that'll be 200. Time to pay, so do 60 days. We'll alternative 3. We'll work with you on your time to pay. So rather than having 4 tickets, you gotta worry about, you have 2. By doing that, save the duplication of some of the state minimum costs and so forth, so. All right, and as I said, we'll work with you on your time to pay. As long as you're making a payment, we keep extending you out, so just set up payment that you can do, you can always pay more. So if the wheels fall off on some months, just make sure we know, so that we're not issuing bunch more.
Yes, sir.
Take care. Thank you, Mr.
845 South 24th Street. And for this,
I'll send it to you. Appreciate it. Have a nice day.
Mr. Gonzalez, who are you here on? Nobody? Okay.